I both saw a movie called Death of a Unicorn. We both saw it last night. I saw two movies back to back. This was one of them. Alan, tell us the story of Death of a Unicorn, the basic broad strokes.
Yeah, so my screening was at 10:15. I didn't get out until after 1:00.
Oh my God.
Unicorn, Death of Unicorn is the story of Elliot and Ridley Kittner, played by Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. Paul has to, mother died. Paul has to take his daughter to a work retreat where he potentially is going to make a lot of money. And he's the lawyer of the man in charge. Along the way, they hit a unicorn, probably the last unicorn. And before it dies, Jenna grabs the horn, the horn, and it's a connection. But then Paul Rudd kills it. They throw the body into the car. They go to their meeting. At that meeting, they run into Odell Shepard and Belinda Leopold, played by Richard E. Grant, Will Poulter, and Tia Leone. Leopold is dying of cancer. He's hoping to find one last final cure. Because he likes Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, he's going to put them in the will. But shenanigans begin happening. And lo and behold, that dead unicorn in the trunk may not actually be dead. And there may be more to it. That may not be the last unicorn. And maybe unicorns are not as cute and cuddly as we thought they were.
Well, it's all based on there's a Jenna Ortega's character.
Mm-hmm.
She her mother introduced her to this tapestry, the unicorn tapestry, which tells a folk tale of a unicorn, a baby unicorn that is acquired and taken away from its family, and then the basically family of unicorns comes to attack and murder everybody, and the tapestry basically predicts the events of the movie. This is a full-on horror comedy that is neither horrific, only in its like jump scares. The CG unicorns,
oh my God,
are bad. They're just plain bad. The physics, they do not look real. The concept is kind of interesting that the unicorn horn, which you can grind up, it has healing abilities. It cures Ridley, that's Jenna's character. It cures her acne. Paul Rudd, he used to have allergies. He doesn't. He has to wear glasses. His eyes adjust. So, getting in proximity with unicorn blood or ground up horn has healing powers. So it becomes valuable. And the family, this rich family, sees an opportunity to capitalize on unicorn horn, right? But then it becomes a sort of horror film where one by one they're killed off. It's just, you know what it is? The tone of this movie did not work.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I like horror comedy, but you need to serve both masters. The horror was not great because it was unrealistic, very fake looking. It was kind of dumb at times. And like the fact that like the characters in the movie didn't take the events seriously. It was kind of goofy reactions. Someone would get gored by a horn and then there'd be like a laugh line. It was the tone of this film is the thing that made it not work. Thankfully, the movie is 90 minutes, but my God, it's directed by Alex Sharfman. So he did Blow the Man Down, Resurrection, a movie called Lyle, The Heart Machine, and other movies that are unfamiliar to me. But it was really the thing that killed this for me was the tone. It couldn't do horror well. It did not do comedy well. And even Paul Rudd was so annoying. He was like goofy Paul Rudd. And Jenna Ortega, who I normally like, was just annoying at times. She plays the trope. It's such a boring old trope. She's trying to warn them and they don't listen to her because she's the young girl.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we seen that? We already know what's going to happen. Alan, what did you think?
Yeah, everything you said. I think the appeal of this movie is the gore. It is pretty the way the way people die is pretty horrific. Yeah, I just the story itself. You know, Jenna Ortega is a girl boss, and by that what I mean is she has no character arc.
Well, she's the final girl in a horror movie. It's the final girl,
right? But but the thing is, she's the same at the beginning of the movie. She's as she is at the end of the movie. The difference is she loves her father at the end of the movie and not at the beginning of the movie. You know, it's just one of these movies that just feels like a narrative, just one piece of narrative with no real character arcs. Yes, they're evil. The bad people die. The good people live. You know, but there's no, you know, you just can't connect with these characters.
Yeah.
You want to have a weakness. You know, maybe Paul Rudd is the more sympathetic because he's trying to make life better for his daughter. But the daughter hates him, and it resolves at the end thanks to killer unicorns. But that, to me, that's just so weak. And the story is just they do this, then they do that, then they do this, then they do that. Then they
it's just one action after another. And you're right, the character arc for Ridley, Jen Ortega is not very good. Even Will Poulter, who I normally really like, was terrible in the movie.
Oh, I actually liked him in this movie.
Well, he was taking like ground unicorn horn and you know, sniffing it up his nose like cocaine. It becomes addicted to it. It's just dumb in not good ways. I mean, I say it's a pass. It's maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 for me, like a 4, I would say, but really just pass on this. Not worth it. Clever title, clever marketing, clever trailer. I was interested. So, but wow, did it like just really not fulfill my expectations?
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts?
Tia Leone's still pretty hot.
Yeah, Tia Leone was she's the one highlight, but it's more gory than one would expect. So there you go.